You are not your past. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness, watching it all unfold. Imagine living in a world where time doesn't chase you, where peace isn't a destination, but your default state, where your mind no longer controls you because you finally remembered who you really are. This is the power of now. A spiritual awakening not from the world, but from the prison of your own mind. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The voice you can't escape. Have you ever noticed the voice inside your head? That constant whisper, sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, that comments on everything. It judges people, replays memories, imagines disasters, argues with itself, and worries about what hasn't even happened yet. It talks when you wake up. It talks when you're walking, eating, showering, working, scrolling, praying. It never stops. And most of the time, you think it's you. But what if it's not? What if you're not the voice, but the one listening? That's the first crack in the illusion, the one Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body of the mind. You're not your thoughts. You are the silent awareness beneath them. And once you realize that, everything begins to change. The mind loves to live in time, obsessing over the past or predicting the future. But the more we chase time, the more we abandon the only thing that's truly real, the now. The present moment is quiet. It's still. It's not something your mind can understand. It can only be experienced. But we resist it. We prefer distraction. We relive arguments. We plan imaginary conversations. We numb ourselves with content, gossip, food, or fantasy. Why? Because facing the now would mean facing ourselves without filters or stories. And yet that's where freedom lives. Not in fixing the past, not in controlling the future, but in surrendering to the now, fully. Not half alive, not waiting for something better, but completely present in your breath, your heartbeat, your being. In that space, fear fades, judgment dissolves, time stops, and for a moment, you remember who you are, not a name, role, or history, but pure, conscious presence. Chapter 2. The voice that never stops. Have you ever noticed the voice inside your head? That constant stream of thoughts whispering, judging, planning, worrying, replaying the past and rehearsing the future. That voice, it's been narrating your life non-stop. And yet, most people never stop to ask, who's really listening? You're on the train, staring out the window, but your mind is elsewhere, having a fake argument, reliving a mistake, dreaming of revenge or rescue. You're not here. You're lost in the fog of thought. But here's the truth the book unveils like a beam of light through that fog. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. That simple realization is the first crack in the illusion. It's like standing outside a storm rather than being swept away by it. And when you witness the storm from the outside, it loses its power. The moment you become aware of the thinker, not just thinking, something powerful awakens in you. That presence is who you really are. Let's pause. Close your eyes, even for a few seconds. Feel the space between your thoughts, the silence behind the noise. That stillness, it's always been there, patiently waiting for you to notice. And when you do, you'll realize peace was never in the future. It was hiding beneath the chatter in the now. Chapter 3. The Trap of Time. What if I told you time, the very thing you chase and fear, is the prison you live in? Most of us live as if the present is just a stepping stone to something better. I'll be happy when I graduate, when I get the job, when I meet the one, when I retire. But the future, it never arrives. Because when it does, it's no longer the future, it becomes now. And still, you're reaching forward. And the past, it's just a shadow, made of memories. Sometimes sweet, sometimes painful, but always gone. Yet you carry it like a bag full of stones, every regret, every failure, every label someone gave you. And together with the fears of tomorrow, they crush the only moment that truly exists. This one, right now. Eckhart Tolle calls this psychological time. It's not the clock on the wall. It's the mental habit of living in a world that doesn't exist anymore, or doesn't exist yet. You see, the past is just memory, a story shaped by your mind. The future, just imagination, a movie that hasn't played yet. But now, the present moment, this breath, this heartbeat, this awareness, is the only thing that's real. And here's the paradox. All change, healing, growth, and action can only happen in this moment. Want to fix your past? You do it now by healing your relationship with it. Want to prepare for the future? You do it now by acting with clarity today. Want peace? It's not in a place, or a plan, or a person. It's here, in this silent, invisible second you're living in. But be warned, your mind will resist. It'll scream, "You don't have time for this. You have things to do. What about tomorrow?" That's the trap. The mind is addicted to time because time is control. But your soul, your essence, only knows now. So try this. Take a breath. Feel your body. Listen to the silence beneath the noise. That's now. And that's where your life begins. Chapter 4. Meeting the Inner Watcher. Have you ever caught yourself thinking and wondered, wait, who's doing the thinking? There's a strange moment, rare, powerful, when your mind is running a mile a minute and suddenly you watch it. You observe the fear, you notice the judgment, you hear the endless chatter. And for a split second, you realize, if I can hear my thoughts, I am not my thoughts. This is what Eckhart Tolle calls the watcher, the silent presence inside you that sees without judgment. You see, most people are their mind. They get lost in it. Their identity is built from stories, roles, pain, and labels. I'm a failure. I'm anxious. I'm too old. I'm not enough. But all of that is the voice in your head. And when you learn to listen to that voice without believing every word it says, you wake up. This awakening is the birth of consciousness. You start to live in presence, not in thought. You learn to respond, not just react. You find stillness, even in chaos. Here's a simple truth Tolle reveals. Your mind is a powerful tool, but a dangerous master. When you shift from being inside your thoughts to being aware of them, you take back control. You stop drowning in emotions. You stop spinning in anxiety. And for the first time, you breathe. This is not about escaping life. It's about entering it fully, awake, aware, alive. The watcher in you is not afraid. It does not panic. It does not cling. It simply is. And in that presence is peace. So next time your mind starts racing. Chapter 9. Pain is not who you are. What if the pain you carry isn't really yours? What if the suffering you feel, that deep ache in your chest, has been fed day after day by a story you never questioned? Tolle calls it the pain body. It's like an emotional parasite, a shadow made of past wounds, rejections, betrayals, fears, and heartbreaks. It lies dormant until something triggers it. A word, a look, a memory. Then suddenly you snap, you cry, you rage, and afterward you whisper, "That wasn't me." And you're right, it wasn't. It was the pain body taking over. It loves conflict. It feeds on drama. It needs suffering to stay alive. But here's the beautiful truth. You can starve it. Not by fighting it, not by running from it, but by shining your awareness on it. The next time anger rises or jealousy tightens your chest, pause. Don't react. Just feel. Don't judge it, just observe it. Say quietly, "This is pain, not who I am." In that moment of stillness, you take your power back. You become the master, the light. And pain? It cannot survive in the presence of consciousness. Tolle says, where there is awareness, there is no ego. The pain body will scream, begging you to identify with it, to lash out, to collapse. But you can smile gently and say, "No, not this time." And each time you do that, its grip weakens, its voice fades, and you begin to rise, lighter, freer, whole. So next time the storm comes, don't drown. Be the sky it cannot touch. Chapter 10. The Illusion of Time. Breaking the Mental Chains. What if the clock was the most dangerous invention in human history? Not because of its ticking hands, but because of the idea it planted in our minds. That the present is just a stepping stone to something more important, the future. That now isn't enough. That peace, joy, fulfillment, they're all waiting for you someday. And so we run, we chase, we postpone life for a tomorrow that never truly comes. Eckhart Tolle tears this illusion apart. He says, time is not real. It's a mental construct. Useful for planning, yes, but destructive when mistaken for reality. You don't live in 5 years from now. You don't live in yesterday's regret. You live only here, only now. Think about it. You've never experienced tomorrow. When it comes, it's always now. So why do we obsess over the past? Why do we fear the future? Because we believe we are our stories. But here's the secret. Your past is a memory. Your future is imagination. The only truth is this moment. Tolle doesn't ask you to stop planning. He doesn't want you to become careless. He wants you to wake up, to stop living in your mind and start experiencing your life, to notice the sunlight on your skin, the breath in your chest, the stillness behind your thoughts. Right now, there is no problem. There is no pressure. There is just this moment and your presence in it. And if you can bring your full awareness to what you're doing, whether it's washing dishes or holding a child, you awaken.
You become alive in a way no future goal can ever promise. Tolle puts it simply: realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. So ask yourself, what are you running toward? And what would happen if you just stopped and allowed now to be enough?
Chapter 11. The Ego's Mask. Who are you without your story? Who would you be if you couldn't talk about your past? No name, no job title, no history, no labels. Just you. Terrifying or liberating? Eckhart Tolle invites us to face the one thing most of us have never questioned: our identity. Because what we usually call me is just a story, a collection of memories, opinions, and roles. I'm a teacher. I'm a mother. I've been hurt. I'm not good enough. We wear these labels like armor, but in reality, they're chains. Eckhart Tolle explains that the ego is not just arrogance or pride, it's the false self. The voice in your head that constantly compares, complains, and seeks validation. The ego always wants to be someone better, someone admired, someone with a past to defend and a future to chase. But the truth? The ego is terrified of the present moment, because here, now, it has no power, no drama, no identity to cling to. It whispers things like, "You'll be happy when you succeed. You're not safe unless you control everything. If they don't respect you, you're worthless." And we believe it. But the moment you observe the ego, the moment you notice its need to be right or be seen, you break the spell. You realize you are not that voice. You are not your resume, not your trauma, not even your personality. You are the awareness that sees it all. And when you disidentify from the ego, a deep peace replaces the noise. You stop trying to win arguments. You stop needing attention. You start living quietly, freely, truly. The ego survives by making you feel separate from others, from peace, from love. But presence reminds you, you are already whole. So next time your mind says, "They don't appreciate you," or "You're not enough," pause, smile, and ask, who is speaking right now? Because when you stop believing the story, you begin writing a new one. One that's not based on pain or pride, but on presence. Chapter 12. Relationships without pain. Loving without losing yourself. What if love wasn't meant to hurt? We've all felt it. That ache in a relationship, the fear of losing someone, the need to be seen, the anger that explodes when we feel ignored. But here's the question Tolle asks: is that really love,
Or is it attachment wrapped in emotion? Most relationships, he says, are not built on presence, but on need. We seek others to complete us, to fill our emptiness, to distract us from ourselves. But what begins as love quickly turns into dependency, control, jealousy, resentment. Why? Because the ego has taken over. The ego doesn't want connection, it wants possession. It says, "You're mine. You should make me happy. You must not leave." And when that illusion is threatened, pain erupts. Tolle teaches something radical. True love doesn't demand. It doesn't cling. It doesn't complete you because you were never incomplete. Only in the now can love be pure. Only when two people are fully present, not stuck in past wounds or future fears, can their connection be real. Imagine sitting with someone. No expectations, no agenda, just presence. You're not thinking about what to say. You're not judging what they did last week. You're simply with them. That's where intimacy is born. Not from drama, but from silence. Tolle says, the moment that judgment stops through acceptance of what is, you are free of the mind. You have made room for love, for joy, for peace. So the next time you feel triggered, when someone forgets, offends, or disappoints you, pause. Return to presence. Don't ask, what can I get from them? Ask, how can I be with them fully now? That shift can save a relationship. Or, sometimes, it can help you walk away with peace instead of pain. Because real love doesn't chain you. It sets you free. Chapter 13. The Power Behind Stillness, where real life begins. What if doing nothing was the most powerful thing you could do? We live in a world obsessed with motion, always hustling, always achieving, always chasing the next thing. We scroll, we rush, we perform. But underneath all that noise, there's a soft whisper we've forgotten how to hear. Stillness. Eckhart Tolle doesn't just suggest slowing down. He invites us to rediscover something sacred. The space between thoughts, the breath between actions, the quiet moment where life actually happens. Because real life isn't in your to-do list. It's not hidden in your next vacation. It's not even in your goals. It's here. Now. In the stillness you often skip. Tolle reminds us, stillness is not the absence of life. It is the presence of depth. Think about nature. A tree doesn't rush to grow. The ocean doesn't apologize for being calm. A mountain doesn't move.
A mountain doesn't move, yet it holds the sky. Stillness is not weakness. It's strength that doesn't need to prove itself. When you sit in silence, Even for 5 minutes, you begin to notice the layers peeling away. The mind slows, the body softens, and something ancient stirs within you. It's not boredom, it's not emptiness, it's you, the real you, before the noise. From that still place, your actions become clearer, your words more thoughtful, your presence more powerful. You don't react, you respond. You don't hustle to impress, you move with intention. You don't fear being alone, you start to treasure it. Tolle says, stillness is where creativity and solutions to problems are found. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, don't scroll, don't run, just sit. Feel your breath. Listen to the silence beneath everything. There, in that sacred space, life meets you. Not the one you're chasing, the one that's been waiting for you, in the now. Chapter 14. From Pain to Presence, the secret door to inner healing. What if your deepest pain was actually the gateway to your greatest peace? Most of us run from pain. We suppress it, numb it, distract ourselves with noise, work, people, anything but feeling it. But Eckhart Tolle says something most don't want to hear. Pain doesn't dissolve when you resist it. It dissolves when you face it, fully, consciously, in the now. Let that sink in. Pain, whether emotional, mental, or even physical, isn't the enemy. It's a messenger. It shows us where we're still asleep, where we're still holding on to stories, memories, expectations. But when you bring presence to pain, something miraculous happens. Imagine this. You're feeling anxious. The old habit is to panic, overthink, label it, "I'm broken." But instead, you stop, you breathe, you observe the sensation without judgment. Suddenly, that anxiety begins to soften, not because you fixed it, but because you finally stopped resisting it. Tolle introduces the idea of the pain body, a kind of emotional shadow living inside us, fed by past wounds and unconscious reactions. It's that part of you that gets angry for no reason, that spirals when someone ignores you, that replays the same heartbreak again and again. The pain body survives by pulling you out of the now, by keeping you trapped in the mind's old loops. But here's the secret. You are not your pain. You are the awareness of it. And awareness is like sunlight. When it shines on the shadow disappears. So, the next time pain arises, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "Can I be fully present with this right now?" Feel it. Breathe into it. Watch it, like a passing storm. Because pain is temporary, but the peace you find through it, that stays. In presence, even your deepest scars can become silent teachers, not of suffering, but of awakening. Chapter 15. Awakening in everyday life, making the now your new home. What if enlightenment wasn't a mountaintop experience, but a quiet moment while doing the dishes? Tolle shatters the myth that spiritual awakening is dramatic or distant. He tells us you don't have to escape your life to find peace. You just have to show up for it. Right here, right now, while brushing your teeth, while stuck in traffic, while holding someone's hand in silence. Because the now is always inviting you back. The question is, will you answer?
Most people think awakening is a state to reach, but it's not a destination. It's a practice. It's remembering again and again to be present, to watch your thoughts, not become them, to feel your breath when the world speeds up. It's choosing peace over control, stillness over chaos, awareness over autopilot. Tolle says, accept, then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. That one sentence can change your entire day. So, when someone cuts you off, when plans fall apart, when your emotions flare up, don't escape. Breathe, pause, return. This isn't just about meditation. It's about transformation. In your job, your relationships, your inner world. Presence turns life into a living meditation. Every sip of tea, every sunrise, every breath becomes sacred. And here's the magic. The more you practice presence, the less you need from the world, because you're no longer searching for peace. You're living it. You are it. Final reflections. The now is all you ever had. So, after all this, what's left? No complex philosophy, no step-by-step plan, just one truth. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. This book isn't just something to read, it's a doorway, a mirror, a gentle hand pulling you back to yourself. You don't need to fix the past. You don't need to control the future. Just come back to this breath, to this second, to this life. You don't become whole. You remember that you always were. And that is the real power of now.
If this message touched you, subscribe to MystiWave for more cinematic journeys into the books that awaken your soul. Your next breakthrough might be one video away.